The world had changed. Not with a bang, but with a slow, suffocating silence. As the dust of war settled, the flags of every major kingdom lay burned or buried. There was only one banner left flying in the wind. The sigil of Ainz sat upon his throne, unmoved. His plan had worked. The Sorcerer Kingdom had absorbed not just land and wealth, but memory, legacy, and even hope. There were no more opposing armies, no more ambitious rulers, no more players pulling strings from behind the scenes, just subjects. Albedo, now fully recognized as Empress Regent of the Unified Nations, implemented a new world order, one that prioritized control, surveillance, and peace through fear. Demiurge, having returned from his grand plan overseas, presented Ainz with something no one expected. A list of nations across the sea, he said, already praying to your name. The world hadn't just fallen. It had converted. Yet, in the quiet of the night, Ainz felt hollow. Victory had come, but so had an eternal silence. He walked the halls of Nazarick alone, gazed at the portraits of guild members who no longer answered his calls, listened to the emptiness of a world ruled too perfectly. And then, he whispered to himself, what was it all for, if I'm still alone? But even that thought faded, because to the world, he was a god now, and gods don't cry. But in the deepest, darkest chamber of the great tomb of Nazarick, where even the shadows feared to tread, something stirred. A single eye, cold and reptilian, cracked open. A scaled hand, tipped with wicked claws, uncurled. And deep within the earth, a slumbering god of destruction began to dream. Dreams of a world bathed in flame, of civilizations reduced to ashes, of heroes whose names were carved in stone, but whose legacies would be lost to time. For in his tomb, a new power was awakening. A power that craved not just dominion over this world, but all worlds. A power that whispered to the darkness in Ainz's heart, a darkness that even the Sorcerer King couldn't snuff out. Ainz found himself drawn to the window, gazing at the star-studded expanse above him. Was this all there was? A world subdued, its hopes and dreams turned to ash. It echoed the hollowness he felt within. Did his victory mean nothing? Were the countless lives lost, the sacrifices made, all for naught? The silence pressed against him, suffocating. Then a voice cut through the quiet like a shard of ice. Are you questioning the meaning of our conquest, my king? It was Albedo, her tone laced with concern. She, who had always stood by his side, now seemed distant, her face obscured by the shadows. I thought you craved this, Albedo, he replied, his voice echoing in the vast chamber. A world without conflict, without ambition, without despair. Is this not what we sought? Of course, my king, she responded, her voice unwavering. But your melancholy troubles me. Your sadness is a discordant note in this world's new symphony. Are you unwell? She stepped closer, her eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. Perhaps, Ainz murmured, turning away. Or perhaps I am simply overwhelmed by the immensity of it all. What now? Now, Albedo said, her grip tightening on his shoulder. We rebuild. We heal the wounds of this world and shape it according to our vision. We usher in an age of prosperity, of peace, of enlightenment under the benevolent gaze of the Sorcerer Kingdom. Yes, an age of enlightenment, Ainz echoed, a bitter laugh escaping his lips. And who will enlighten it? Who will guide these poor souls who have traded hope for fear? We will, my king, Albedo said, her voice ringing with conviction. You, with your overwhelming power, and I, with my absolute loyalty. Together, we shall weave a tapestry so exquisite that this world will be forever grateful for its creators. Ainz slowly turned, his gaze meeting Albedo. In her unwavering devotion, he saw a distorted reflection of himself, a reminder of the emptiness that gnawed at his soul. The world was his, but at what cost? The silence pressed in, mocking, heavy. What now? What was he to do with this suffocating victory? How could he fill the void within, when those who understood him slept in the cold embrace of the grave? And why did the stars seem so distant, so Ainz, the sorcerer king, the lord of the undead, the overlord of Nazareth, was alone, truly alone. The title of supreme ruler of the new world didn't bring him solace. It only highlighted the crushing weight of his solitude.